welcome to this very special and momentous occasion. Thanks to Mayor Bill Peduto, we are here this afternoon for an official proclamation to a Pittsburgh legend who we lost, sadly, a couple months ago. Bluesman Chismo Charles was a fixture in the Pittsburgh jazz and blues scene. And we are here today to honor his memory, his contribution to the music scene here in Pittsburgh, and the scene in Pittsburgh, the music scene that Mayor Peduto and his administration care so deeply about. We are quite honored as the musicians of Pittsburgh to be given this opportunity to honor one of our own and also have a concert right next door after the proclamation ceremony where we're going to play some tunes for you and have a party, because that's what we do. So welcome, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please, a warm welcome for our Mayor, William Peduto.
So, right after Chismo passed, I got an email from a friend of mine who's here, Mike Domack, and as a fan of the blues and as a person who studies the history of the blues, said, I hope you understand what Pittsburgh has lost. You lost a legend, somebody who is a part of the blues scene, not just locally, but nationally, and recognized for it, a teacher, a mentor. And then within a day, I run into Sherry, and Sherry's like, we've got to do something for Chismo. And I have to take a moment to just say thank you to Sherry, because Sherry brought together, brought together the blues community, the jazz community, the Pittsburgh community. You know, I want to thank Chismo's family, who's here with us as well, for sharing him with us, for allowing so many people in Pittsburgh's lives to be better because of what he had done, and to recognize that what he is a legend of Pittsburgh, and somebody who will be sorely missed, but will not be forgotten. I also want to thank the musicians that are here today who will be performing for free over at the courthouse. Kenny Blake, Richie Cole, James Doherty, Judy Figgle, George Hyde, Bob Insco, Billy the Kid, Helene Milan, Norm Nardini, Billy Price, Sherry Richards, Patrick Skanga, Gil Snyder, and the Mystic Knights. What a lineup. I think Chismo would have been honored. And now my official duty. Whereas we are here today to honor the memory of Charles Anderson, better known as Chismo Charles, Pittsburgh's senior statesman of the blues. For over 60 years, Chismo and his music brought sheer delight and joy to his audiences in our city and all across our nation. Whereas Chismo Charles was born 86 years ago in Pittsburgh and lived and performed here all of his life, his start in show business began with his love of dancing, which led to his becoming Pittsburgh's third best jitterbug dancer when he was in his 20s. And whereas Chismo's first ever musical performance was the song Every Day I Have the Blues. However, he soon found that he was drawn to many kinds of music, from the blues to country and the polka. He once said, I've probably performed at more Polish weddings than any black man in this country. And whereas audiences loved Chismo Charles, his performances, he would engage them by stepping off the stage and singing ballads to the couples and R&B for the single ladies. Young musicians learned by listening to Chismo, who was a living music history lesson. And whereas Chismo Charles played every kind of music for every kind of person, and one thing is certain, regardless of where he performed, he owned the room. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, William Peduto, Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh, do hereby declare July 9th, 2015, Chismo Charles Day, here in our most livable city of Pittsburgh.
And now we'll have a few words from some people who were near and dear to Chismo, starting off with his son, Mark Anderson, and his lovely wife, as Chismo would say, his very lovely wife, Stacy.
Quickly, I'm short on time. My sister, Donna, brother Dana, and niece, and his granddaughter Kimberly. I'm not going to speak because one thing, for most of you who know my dad, especially the ladies, he serenaded the ladies. So I'm going to give you someone who he serenaded better than he did me, my wife, Stacy.
The family and I thank you very much for the love and support you've shown Chismo. He always sung from his heart. He lived the music, as you all know, and as a musician, it was within him that he reflected his love and his talent for music, and we just really thank you. And yeah, he was the ladies' man and the love of my life, and so many other ladies I'm sure can attest to that. But thank you so much, and blessings to you. Thank you.
And if I'm not mistaken, you came in from Maryland for this event, correct? Welcome. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, and thank you for being here. Also, I would be very remiss if I did not thank Rich Engler for all of his help putting this event together. Rich, you're a big part of the music scene in Pittsburgh as well. Have been, always will be, and it continues to be. Would you like to say a couple words? Please.
It was so great to know Chismo. He's an authentic, real guy. Brought so much to the table when it came to the blues and dance, and how he skirted around the stage many times down at the Stanley Theater, opening up for B.B. King and Bobby Blue Bland and Millie Jackson, and on and on and on. He was always great. Then we moved from the Stanley to the Syria Mosque. He was up there also. Same shows, and blew it away. We're gonna miss you. Chismo Charles, we love you.
Chismo Charles didn't get his start singing until a little later in life than most of us full-time musicians. I believe he was in his early 30s when he really seriously started going out and playing with bands. And the first band that he would go and sit in with was an incredible jazz brother team, Bill Hyde and his brother George Hyde. George Hyde is with us this afternoon to say a few words. He owns Hyde Recording Studios in Aspinwall and is also a tremendous jazz drummer. Please welcome George Hyde.
Thank you. My brother and I were really determined to play the real deal jazz, and we played at Pittsburgh's Chitlin Circuit, which would consist of clubs like the Rendezvous Lounge in Homewood, the Tiger's Tail Lounge in Garfield, Blue Falls, and Bloomfield. This was what was beautiful. We were just a Hammond organ trio, and Chismo would come in. He was a night watchman at Rockwell, and he was so dedicated to music, but not getting a real great chance to do that, he asked if he could sit in. And that was the beginning of many, many years of having the privilege of Chismo singing with us. And my brother sang too. They would do great classics, scat singing, or just a number of different things that they would both share. But one of the deep things about Chismo that I just wanted to offer was that although he's so well known with the Mystic Knights of the Sea and the blues work he did, and that's a legacy that he lives strong in the hearts of so many, one thing Chismo was a very profound jazz singer. Ballads, Latin tunes, standards, beautiful. So I just wanted to represent that. He also has an absolutely beautiful family, and that doesn't surprise me because of the beautiful soul that Chismo Charles was. And I feel privileged to have been asked to speak and share these words with you, and also to meet other members of the family. Thank you.
Thank you, George Hyde. Wow. This has been a fantastic turnout. Thank all of you for being here. We have one more speaker, and when he is done with his remarks, he is going to lead all of us on the very quick walk over to the county courthouse courtyard, where we are going to have about 2 hours of live music with some phenomenal players that Mayor Peduto mentioned. So please do join us at the courtyard for a party. This next gentleman, he has worked many gigs with Chismo Charles with his band, the Mystic Knights. Please welcome Pittsburgh blues legend, Gil Snyder.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Mayor. And unbelievable. Unbelievable we're doing this. I'm so incredibly excited about it. I was lucky enough to work with Chismo probably more than most of us. I met him around 1985. Norm Hogel at the time told Warren King and I about a singer he worked with at the Crawford Grill. His exact words, "You gotta see this guy." So, in walks this sharp-dressed, dapper man. Chismo sat in with us, and what was amazing to me was that he knew the lyrics to everything. We were floored. Warren said he fits like a glove. From that moment, Chismo became the front man for the Mystic Knights. Unless we went into the studio to record, there was never any need to rehearse. Because Chismo was the consummate professional. We could follow him, and he could follow us. And everyone knows Chismo spent little time on the bandstand. Instead, he was one-on-one with the audience. We called him the traveling troubadour. I never met anyone in this business that interacted with the crowd like Chismo. He made them laugh, but he could also make them cry with his heartfelt delivery, especially during a slow blues number. But let's get back to the snappy dresser. I was at his house one time and he showed me his walk-in closet. When you walked in, there you could see the 1960s, the 1970s. Did you see that? The 1980s and beyond. Everything from bell-bottoms to a John Travolta disco suit. I think he skipped the 1990s because he didn't like spandex. He liked to flirt with the ladies and always put a smile on their face. Does anyone remember? You look like a Coke bottle upside down. Yes. Sugar Wooger. One day I asked Chismo how he got his name. He told me, they call me Chismo because I chiseled other guys' dates off the dance floor. He could really cut the rug. Working with Chismo taught me and everyone around him that music is more than just going through the motions. Chismo has influenced generations of musicians with his talent, his style, and his wit. Although I always announced him as the king of the Pittsburgh blues, he was the king of entertaining people. There will never be another Chismo. I'm sure he's up in heaven right now, strolling from saint to saint, cracking them up, as usual, stealing the show. All of the fallen knights I need to mention: Warren King, James King, Norm Hogel, Bert Foster, and thank you very much, Mayor and the City of Pittsburgh, for honoring our main man, Chismo Charles.
And with that, folks, that wraps up the proclamation ceremony. Thanks again. Thank you to Glory Ferguson from the Mayor's Office for helping coordinate all this. Mayor Peduto, you're the best. We love you here in Pittsburgh. And now we're going to make our procession over to the courtyard of the county courthouse. First time ever this has happened in Pittsburgh. A proclamation ceremony with a concert for a Pittsburgh musician. Thank you, Mayor Peduto.